3, 2, 1. Yay! He's got us live streaming. So if you are watching live in Team Upward, please say hello. Say, hi, I'm watching. You want to get credit for this one. If you're seeing the replay, because life happens and it's summer, type replay below. I'd love to make sure that you saw this. And we are joining Team Huddle tonight on July 8th. The month is well underway. And the focus that you're probably going to hear a lot of for a while is drilling in this new incentive trip that was just announced. Now, there is going to be there's going to be field advisory calls. Okay, so it's like, ooh, another call. No. This is a big deal. The field advisory board is made up of volunteers of our leadership and LifeVantage that sit on a board with corporate, and they're kind of that bridge for every single person in LifeVantage to corporate. So they can these are the influential leaders of LifeVantage. So right now that consists of Brandon Lynette Cunningham, Sean and Michelle Poe, Tyler Daniels, Tara Wilson. Who am I missing? There's good people sitting on that FAB, and they are meeting every week, hours and hours and hours of their time with corporate to help bring really good things to the people, right? And we're the people. And so they have worked it out with corporate to do a call on the first business day of every month and the 25th of every month, given if it's a holiday, they'll switch that. There's some holidays that land on the 25th. But this is so beautiful because that's when we find out nuggets before we're supposed to find out nuggets, right? Am I right? So they dropped some huge nuggets on this first call. And one of them is about this new incentive trip that's launching. And they said it's a cruise. They totally dropped this nugget. We're not going to be able to know where the cruise is until the viewing party on July 20th. Now, hopefully every single one of you has saw us promote to the viewing party for July 20th. And please, if you cannot make it in person, like Jolyn, you can drive. You can come stay. We'll host you overnight. We'll host you 2 nights. We would love to have you. We would love for anybody.
I'll start packing tonight.
Do it. Just drive. It's a little short jaunt, just north. But if you absolutely cannot make it to be with us to have our personal viewing party together, at least register so that you can see what they're going to say. It's not just a trip. There's a lot of information that's coming out that's going to help you with your business. And every time we talk about an incentive trip, the incentive trip is only going to be derived off of the basic fundamental behaviors that we should all be doing anyway if we're here to build a business. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I love the community. But the community here is also learning how to make sales, if you want to just help lots of customers, or if you want to build a team, we can do both. We can do either one in this company. And that's a beautiful part about LifeVantage, is that they're catering to both. But that's something that I want you guys to be aware of, is showing up to these important things, whether it's virtual or coming in person. Know that every single person on our team is welcome. And even those who are considering joining our team, just message me, talk to me, tell me where you're at, tell me who you're wanting to bring. Let's make it happen. So with that said, I want to talk a little bit. First of all, I want to give a huge shout out to Natasha Van Zeek. Natasha is the only person that has messaged me or her leaders to approve somebody in Vitality Living in the last week. Now, guess what? Those who are adding people to Vitality Living are generally the people growing the fastest in their business. Why? Because Vitality Living is doing a lot of third-party work for you over and over and over again. And every time, let's just do this reminder. I know that I've talked about this before, and if you've been around, you've heard it, but it's so important if you haven't heard this. Vitality Living Facebook group is gold for you to build retention with your customers. Hey, Fonda Nelson, would you unmute for just a second? I didn't even talk to her. I'm just going to throw her out there because she's one of our leaders. And she has some of the highest customer retention, along with Connie on this call, huge customer retention. You guys both have massive, amazing customer databases. But Fonda you're going for, she's almost at 10,000 in customer sales every month. And what are you doing, Fonda, with Vitality Living and your customers? Or even you have a lot of customers who aren't on Facebook. What are you doing?
I love it when you throw me under the bus. If you
It's
only
not,
knew if you only knew my mood, you would not ask me.
I am not throwing you under the bus. I'm making you drive the bus.
Oh, you're making me drive the bus. Well, then I hope you all can buckle up because we're going for a ride. Um, no, I think the helping people when you see something, when you remember what they struggle with or what they originally got into LifeVantage for, then that is where I, even if it's something new or something dated that I hadn't tagged them in before, I just go ahead and copy and paste to my people who don't have Facebook into a text message or email. And then as I'm continually reading in Vitality Living, I'm always tagging people in the new stories that come out so that they're just able to see. And then I still touch base with my people, not on a weekly basis unless it's a new customer, but at least twice a month, I'm reaching out to all of my people who are taking the products from me. How is it going? What do you need? So that's what I do to try to keep my people happy, because if they say they're not doing well, then I come up with an option before they get frustrated and just cancel their subscription on their own. That's my goal,
Yeah.
is to be proactive with that.
You are so much better at that than I am, and I need to learn from you. What time of day are you usually sending these messages?
I already muted you, or myself, whenever it works. There's no set time, because I always tell people you can text message me anytime and I'll get back to you when it works for me. So that's always my chain of command for everybody else. I will text you when I have time. Don't feel like I'm ignoring you.
Right. I just wanted to point out, like, you wake up at like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, depending on the day, 4:30. Yes.
I just think I go back to, like, people are super, super busy, but there's also great decisions that can be made in the busy. And one of those is deciding to get up super early in the morning to get their God time done, to get their workout done. Fonda's been messaging Grant and I like every day when her and Dave complete their workout at like the butt crack of dawn, before dawn cracks. I don't even know. What's your workout
Because it
time?
cracks too early now that it's summertime. We're done before 7 o'clock, but we
They're
start
done
by
work.
6. Because I have
Guys,
clients before he can work out. So I got to get my other clients in first.
and then she has clients. I mean, guys, she's not just sitting around. Like, this is the other thing I want to point out, is just beautiful people that are so incredibly busy, but are making decisions to better their day every single day by making those sacrifices. Like, for me, that'd be sleep. That's the hardest thing for me to sacrifice, is my sleep. Okay. The hardest thing. But you guys can put yourselves in your own categories, and she's designating those bursts of energy on a daily basis to touch her business, and it's showing. And so she's one of our leaders who has the ability to put her own customers in Vitality Living, and she don't have to ask anymore. Fonda can do that for herself and her team. Jennifer Katzer can do that for herself and her team. Jalynn Fisher can do that. And so that's an MC2 status, and it's just another privilege because, it's just those steps, those little steps that make a big, big difference. So thank you, Fonda. I appreciate you so much. I love you. So that's just another thing to just consider. Please put Vitality Living on the forefront of your brain every day. If you go in there and heart, comment, post, anything adds traction to anybody that you've put in there. They will see it when they open up Facebook. Click. Ooh, Jolynn liked something in there. What is that? Ooh, something about heart disease. Oh my gosh, I have heart disease. Like, ooh, now that that's kind of stuff that they see, right? So that, just use that tool. And again, I was just in there. If you have added some person to Vitality Living and you haven't messaged your MC2 or above, please do that, because they're sitting in purgatory until we approve them. And I just don't have the capacity to scroll through 90 names every single day and see who's sitting in there. Okay. Finally, the focus on this month. Okay. So again, I have a Facebook event about everybody being welcome. I want you to talk to all your people and just tell them you're welcome. Please come if you can. Camp out at Upward Acres. We'll have a great time. But I'm also going to send out an email to almost every consultant that's on there. I'm going to probably delete a few people who are completely removed, nothing to do with our team, but most every person on there. And I just want everybody to be able to register officially. Yes, it's nice that you said, yes, you're coming on the Facebook event, but I want you to register on the Eventbrite. So I'm hoping to get that out tomorrow and just RSVP. So why is that such a big deal? So in July, this incentive that I've already talked about, it's not just a fun trip, hoorah, rah. It's all the fundamentals that we're already supposed to be doing for our business. Everything that we do, though, is going to be double points in July only for this cruise. Okay, that's huge. Now, for those of you who are thinking about getting into the executive ranks and really going big, I just heard today that for the Africa trip, anybody that rank advances this month to EC1 is getting double points for the Africa trip. So I'm wondering if they're going to start throwing out some more double pointers. But anyway, that's some cool stuff. Back to this cruise though, I want to talk a little bit about just a focus. I'm going to pull up here and share my screen, or are you going to share it, Grant? No, I'm going to do it. We're going to try to do this. I've sent these to Grant. Okay. So we're going to talk about this so that everybody has clarity on it, right? So the 2024-25 incentive trip qualifications, all these, for me and my ADHD brain, I don't remember these things very well, but we're just going to look at them. It's 300 points. You have to be SC1 or above, right? Oh, I'm going to have Grant talk you through this, because I did ask him to do it and I'm just running. But I wanted to say I'll hop in and say a couple things as you go through it. Are you there?
Yeah, I am here.
Oh, you got it all up. Look at you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. We're in different states right now. It's so communication.
Communication is harder when you're outside the same zip code, I guess. So reflecting on this cruise, first and foremost, I just want to make you all aware there is a path, very clear path and opportunity for somebody who just comes in as a consultant, and some would say only, or go as far as just SC2, could qualify for this trip. So you don't have to be MC1, you don't gotta be MC2, MC3, those kinds of things. You could start as a consultant today, you could end as an SC2, and there's a path ahead that you could map out this cruise and earn your first incentive trip with LifeVantage. It's so doable from that aspect, and I just want to encourage you to, if you've never done it before, step out of that comfort zone. It is a mixture of not only, growing your personal business and customers and enrolling customers, but it is also in leading and helping other people do this business as well, finding other individuals who are wanting to earn their first incentive trip or to earn their first, paycheck supplemental to something that they're doing in their lives. So, rewinding all of that, I would encourage you to, yes, not only go out and look for customers, but now is the time as well to really dig down. And if you haven't found your partner in this business, very early on, it was the Dippleds and the Fishers, like it was just the 1-2 punch kind of there, and that's how we started, and then everything blossomed from there. If you haven't found your partner, your teamie, the person that you go to, that's in your inner circle to do this business with, to share stories with, that kind of thing, to encourage you, to hold you accountable, go for that person this month. There's so many double points out there that I want to encourage you guys for that really can accelerate an opportunity here. And I think Jill just put it in the chat a few moments ago. I believe Rochelle already has 30 points for the trip. Qualification is 300 points. That means that Rochelle is already 10% of the way there. 10% of the way, and qualification, is starting in July. Yes, some June rank advancements are counting, but really the period is July to March 2025. So I just want to encourage you there that to win an incentive trip, you've really got to pump the gas on the fire, I guess. You've got to do some different things that you've never done before. You've got to step out of certain comfort zones to get there. So you've been looking at this screen for a little bit. I'll walk you through here real quick. How do you qualify? Like I said, 300 points gets you there on a minimum. Now, moving from there, you do need to hit SC1 and maintain SC1 during this period. So if you hit SC1 in September or October, you do need to maintain SC1 through the rest of this time. You've got to earn 3 enrolled tracks. And this is just based off of the RISE era that we're already tracking against, we're very familiar with. I have it pulled up on this tab right here. So what is it for enroll? We got to have 3 enroll. We have to have 3 retain. Okay, so retain is that 500 volume increase on your personal customer orders and your personal distributors orders. There's a tracker for that. If you don't know where that tracker is, let's see if do I have the tracker up? I think I do. Right here. So there's a tracker in your back office where you'll be able to track these things. I'll be very transparent with Amy's and I's business. If we're looking at June, okay, there is a baseline. Okay, we talked about increasing 500 in volume. There's a baseline. It's already pre-calculated for you. Your tracker will tell you what it is. And we need to increase our baseline, and you'll see it up here. We got to go to 9,056. That's 500 above this 8,556. So if we increase by 500, we get a retain track right there. So there's trackers available for you. There's the enroll, there's the retain. You got to get 3 and 3. All right. Something that people forget about, and I just want to quickly call out, 750 SV is that volume requirement when you're enrolling your customers. You can just enroll 1 consultant on the business pack, and that will give you 1 enroll track right there. So 1 person, 1 consultant, 1 friend you want to do this business with, or acquaintance, or that teamie that I just talked about, 1 person joining your business could get you 1 of those 3 tracks in the enroll category. All right, so back to this page. So those enrolled tracks, you've got to get 3 and 3, and those pay out 10 points each time. So just in those tracks, 3, 3, you're going to get 30 plus 30. So you're at 60 points. You can go above and beyond those minimum 60 points. You can go all the way up to 450. But there are other ways to earn those 300 points. And this is where I'm going back to that team building kind of exercise, okay? You can personally rank advance, or you can mentor other people to rank advance as well. It all starts at SC1, whether that's for yourself or for the person that you're mentoring. Points start flowing to you when they rank advance, and as you can see here, consecutively maintain. All right. Something that's really neat. Look at this a little bit closer. The month that they rank advance, okay, they're going to get 20 points. Their first consecutive maintenance points going to be 10. Okay, so if I rank advance in August, I get 20 points to SC1. If I maintain in September, I'm going to get an additional 10 points. If I maintain in October, I'm going to get another 20. It actually goes back up. So if I rank advance to SC1 and I maintain for 3 months, that's 50 points right there. What is that? A 1/6 of the trip? Just by doing 1 activity and maintaining it, I have earned a 1/6 of the trip. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm talking about business building is we know that, Amy, what's the saying? I would rather have
I would have
1%
I would
of
rather
the
have one
action, say it.
I would rather have 1% of 100 people's actions versus 100% of my own. That's called
Hey,
leverage.
let that just sink in just a little bit. Um, but this is for me to get to SC1, for me to get to SC2, for me to get to SC3. Yes, I could bulldoze and enroll a bunch of customers and I can get there on my own merits, on my own shoulders. But it's so much easier when you bring others along with you and help them get what they want. To these ranks become quicker when you're doing it with others. So then if you mentor, all right, look at the points here. If you mentor an SC1, what were you paid for up here? You were paid 20, 10, and 20. You're going to be paid 10, 5, and 10. So half the points right there. So if you go to SC1 and maybe you get a little bit above SC1, you never hit SC2, but you get a little above SC1 and you do your maintenance, that's 50 points. And say you mentor one person to do it. Okay. That's 10 and 10. That's another 25 points. So we were at 50 plus 25. We're at 75. Plus we talked about that original 60. Okay, we're at 135 points already. And we're just talking about hitting SC1 and maintaining, finding a teamie who wants to hit SC1 and maintain, and then hitting these enroll and retain tracks. I'm going to show you just one quick screenshot that'll give you a little bit more clarity. I would suggest if you don't have this screenshot right now, jump into, or actually just screenshot on your phone right now. If you're on Facebook and you're watching this stream, screenshot it. Or just pull out your phone the old way and take a picture of the screen in front of you right now. This is that track where I said you could be a new consultant starting at just consultant 1 and you can rank advanced to SC2 and you can qualify for this trip. Okay. We'll go through the details here at a very high level. Go through this a little bit. Yes,
We don't
Amy,
see
what's
this,
up?
the screen did not change, so you're still on the last screen. The screenshot is not showing. And I will
How about
drop
now?
this. Nope.
Oh, that's weird. It won't share Telegram.
Just reshare.
Yep, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Now it's there. So
Hey,
I can post this too in Telegram and I can do it in the comments of our live.
yeah, Amy, and let's just do this one. Let's keep everybody's like mindset on one thing. I know you sent a bunch of other
Yep,
screenshots out to me.
same page, baby.
All right. And once again, guys, just let me pause for a second. Go to lifevantage.com, scroll to the bottom, all the way to the bottom, and then you can see events or sales incentives, and it will talk about the incentive trip for 2025. That's where you can see all of these details and you can get access yourself. But if I'm a new consultant and I graduate to SC2 in the qualification period, which is July to March, I can earn this trip. Okay, we'll go through enroll track. Remember, you have to have 3 of these. So they go enroll. All right, that's 750 in volume minimum in at least one consultant. Then they do a retain track. So that means that they're increasing their volume by 500 from their baseline. Another enroll track, enroll. Okay. Sorry. You earn SC1 personally. You maintain SC1. Earn, maintain. I feel like that's off. I feel like that should be 10, right?
Yeah, I think they might have an error in there.
It's not my slide. I took it from corporate. Don't come after me. But yeah, so 2020, let's see, retain. I think there's 13 total tracks in your retain and your enroll. phases here. Then you have maintain SC1. I feel like it should go 20, 10, 20. Feel like that's what this should be, 20, 10, 20. And then when you hit SC2, you're going to be awarded 30 points. You're going to maintain the second month, 15 points. And then the third month, it goes back up to that 30. And then here's that mentor part. Okay, so I'm finding an SC1. They're going to be for consecutive 3 months. And I found another SC1. And I'm going to maintain for 3 consecutive months. So you'll see the point totals here. Now, if you're sitting here, yeah, just real quick, if you're sitting here and you're like, man, that's a lot of ERA tracks, specifically a lot of enroll tracks, the 750 and the minimum of one consultant on a monthly basis to be able to get those tracks. Well, just do something different than that. Find more SC1s out there. There's more points if you mentor an SC2 to hit SC2 and to consecutively maintain that, or SC3, those kinds of things. So this is just an idea of a path that we do think is doable. You can, this isn't the only way. There's other ways to be able to do it. So I'll pause there, Amy. What were you going to say?
Well, 2 things. Anybody that comes to the viewing party, they are sending the host sheets that you can fill out that are like paper trackers like this, and we can actually brainstorm your path for you and set very tangible goals. So I think that's another added bonus to get to the viewing party. But also, if there's one thing that we leave you with is just focus on July. What do you have to do in July? Well, at least one enroll track, because we're all starting there, right? We're all starting with the enroll track. And what is the enroll track? 750 SV, which can be customers, but it has to be one consultant. So I would just sit down, and for you guys, this is what I do, is I'm always praying like, Lord, who do you want me to share this with, right? And I'm just like, show me. And I had just had a beautiful conversation with Jennifer Ketzer about this, but we can be very intentional about building this business and still remain authentic. Okay. We really can. And so I just want you to get all the ick out of your head, all the noise out of your head, and just be like, okay, Lord, who do you want me to talk to? Who's somebody that's mentioned pain? Who's somebody that everybody's got a pain? And what is it? And how can, sometimes we get so stuck living in our own pain that we're not really thinking about the others and how we could use this gift to help more people. And as we're helping those people, it's helping with our own pain. Am I right? So if the only thing you focus on this month is, okay, there's 750 volumes somewhere out there and I'm going to find them and I'm going to help them. That's a person that's praying for a solution right now. And it could be like, we kind of stick to the 3 and 1, 3 customers, maybe 1 consultant. The consultant has to have at least 150 pack. Okay. But you just go big. You could be like, I want 3 teamies this month. And you could find 3 business packs and boom, boom, boom. You got 3 tracks. That's 30 points by 3 signups. So just calm the noise. And if you get in your head and you're dead, just call me up. We'll talk you off a ledge. I do a lot better on one-to-one phone call coaching than I do sometimes. Like I am such a squirrel sometimes, but I just want you to stay focused this month on helping enough people that helps you get to 750 SV. Does that make sense? Is that simple enough for you? Because the organic growth comes after that. If you just sit around and wait till the end of the month, all of a sudden you're going to be there and you're not going to have your enroll tracks and you're not going to be able to compound effect that next month and build and grow. That's simple behaviors. Does anybody have anything to say before we wrap that up? I know we're at the end of our time. And I really want to promote Gloria Brinker after this, you guys. I have worked directly with Gloria Brinker. She does an incredible frequency scan that I've used. And she's such a brilliant, brilliant woman and helps a lot of people. So you need to hear her. Fonda.
Just remember July is double points as a way to help push through the summertime.
Yes, that wasn't even on the chart. It's a huge deal, guys. Huge deal. So
I would also like to second what Amy said about praying at the beginning of every single morning, like being intentional with your time with God, because truly, you guys, that is all I have done so far this month is just pray that God would bring somebody every single day. And he had, like, the conversation has come up every single day. And I've enrolled, I think 3 people already this month, but I have other people that are on, they're just going through the process of learning. But I know they'll get there.
Jennifer?
And it's just because God has the right people. Yep.
Jennifer has a huge goal this month.
Yep.
Big goals. So I'd love to hear all y'all's goals. Anytime, you just message me. I can't reach out to every single person independently. I probably could, but I'm not going to. I want you to want this. I want to be in conversation with you, and I want positive attention focused on where you want to go. Guys, we can't steer this ship in a negative direction. It is for an upward calling, and we got to be intentional with our thoughts. We got to hold those captive, and we need to be intentional about our servanthood. And that's really where we're going to win, is being the best servant that we possibly can. And I want to serve y'all where you're at. You just got to let me know so I can help you. Okay, guys, it's 7:31. Let's hop on to 411-123-4567. Love you.